Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today, we are really taking a hammer to something pretty foundational in the online world, personal branding.
Yeah, and the sources we're looking at today, they don't pull any punches.
Not at all. They basically come out and say pretty bluntly, you've been lied to about personal branding. And that most of the common advice out there is, well, their word is garbage, built on stuff that just doesn't cut it anymore.
Right, outdated tactics that maybe worked 5, 10 years ago.
Yeah.
But the game's changed.
Exactly. And we've all felt that pressure, haven't we? That standard playbook feeling. But our mission today, for you listening, is really critical. We need to figure out why these myths sound so logical, so right, but are actually, and this is the scary part, killing your growth. We want to find those shortcuts so you don't spend months or, God forbid, years.
Wasting time.
Yeah, playing the game completely wrong, chasing things that just don't matter in the end.
And the stakes are really high, as you said. The source material makes it super clear. If you just follow that common advice, all the noise, you could just stay stuck indefinitely.
Stuck is the word.
Yeah. And success, according to this analysis anyway, isn't just about like talent or how many hours you grind. It's about seeing the difference between just being busy and actually making an impact.
Okay.
Someone putting in half the time could totally blow past you just by using, well, what the sources call real strategies. So let's define what those actually look like.
Right, let's do it. Let's unpack this. First up, the myth that probably causes the most stress, right?
Yeah.
The volume game.
Oh, yeah.
That mantra, post every day or you won't grow. It sounds right. Consistency must be good.
And consistency is important. Nobody's denying that.
Yeah.
But this advice, it totally confuses consistency with just sheer volume.
Okay.
The core argument here is that just showing up daily, throwing content out there, it's not effective anymore. Not if it doesn't have a clear point.
So it
becomes just noise. That's the phrase they use. Just another voice in a super crowded feed.
But hang on, doesn't that kind of fly in the face of like everything the platforms tell us, feed the algorithm daily, or else isn't there a risk if you post less, even if it's better stuff? Don't you just disappear?
See, that's the trap. That's exactly what this research is flagging. People are confusing activity, just doing stuff, with actual strategy. You're right. The algorithm needs fuel, sure. But the shift is this. It doesn't just need more posts. It needs better positioning, dramatically better.
Positioning, okay.
The game has fundamentally changed. It's not about volume anymore. It's about impact.
So we need to be really clear on what positioning means, practically.
Yeah.
Because it seems central here. For someone listening, how do they actually shift from just posting a lot to better positioning?
Okay, good question. Positioning means carving out your own specific space. So specific that for a certain type of problem or a certain group of people, you become the obvious choice, the only logical choice, really.
Oh, so not just business coach.
Exactly. Instead of being the best business coach for everyone, which is impossible, you become, say, the go-to expert who helps busy doctors leave clinical work using short-form video. See how specific that is?
Yeah, very specific.
And when you hit that level of specificity, your posts stop being just random noise. They become these really relevant signals to the right people. People follow clarity, not just volume. They need to know instantly, like immediately, what problem you solve and who you solve it for.
That really changes the whole point of creating content then, doesn't it?
Completely.
So if myth 1 is about efficiency, doing less but better, myth 2 is about the goal itself. The follower count.
Ah, the big one.
We're all sort of trained to see that number as the scoreboard, right? More followers equals more money.
Yeah, and that is the ultimate vanity metric trap. It feels good.
It doesn't necessarily mean business.
Exactly. Personal branding, the way it's framed here, isn't about being popular like a celebrity. It's about influence. It's about building trust with very specific people. We see it all the time, right?
Yeah.
Huge accounts, millions of followers, but they can't sell anything. And then you see others with maybe just a small, really engaged group.
Making a real impact.
Making huge impacts. The numbers on your profile, they show past popularity maybe. They don't predict future revenue. Not reliably.
It's so true. Those huge accounts with zero engagement on anything sales related, we've all seen them. What's the killer stat or example that drives this home in the material?
Here's a great contrast. They use 10,000 low-quality followers won't help you, at all. But 100 engaged ones will change your life.
Wow. 100.
Yeah. Why? Because those 100 people, they see you as the answer, the specific solution to their specific, probably expensive problem. They're the right people.
Right.
But your goal can't just be get more followers. It has to be focused entirely on influence and authority within that specific group. Are the people seeing your stuff the ones who actually need what you offer? And frankly, can they afford it?
That's a crucial filter.
Totally. If you're attracting, I don't know, college students, but your services are for C-suite executives, those followers are essentially worthless to your business goals.
Quality over quantity. Sounds simple, but hard to resist the lure of big numbers.
Very hard.
Okay, let's tackle maybe the trickiest one. Myth 3. The value trap. We hear it constantly. Give value, give value, give value, and they will buy.
Yeah.
Giving away free stuff, great content, that's supposed to earn trust, right?
Right. And look, giving value is good. You should be helpful. That's just good business. But the material insists it's no longer a strategy for growth, not on its own.
Why not? What's changed?
Saturation, plain and simple. Everyone gives value these days. That's the quote. If you're just handing out generic free tips, like, I don't know, 5 apps to boost productivity.
No, you see those everywhere.
Exactly. You become a helpful content machine, which is nice, but you don't have any real authority. You're teaching them little fishing tricks, maybe. But you haven't positioned yourself as the one who sells the professional fishing rod or the guided deep-sea fishing tour, you know?
Okay, wait. Let me push back slightly there. If I'm trying to build a brand, and I stop giving away helpful free tips, how do I even attract anyone? Isn't that the starting point? The hook?
Ah, that's the nuance, right? It's subtle but critical. The problem isn't the free tip itself. It's when the free tip is all you offer, or when it's disconnected from a bigger picture.
Okay.
People don't ultimately buy because of one random helpful tip they saw last week. They buy because they see you as the person who gets it, the one who holds the key, the framework, the system that solves their major problem, the big one that keeps them up at night. So to get from just content machine to actual expert, you got to shift your free stuff, move from just tips to sharing your frameworks.
Tips versus frameworks. Explain that difference.
Okay. A tip is tactical, small, quickly used, quickly forgotten. Use this button in this software.
Right.
A framework is strategic. It shows your whole methodology. It reveals how you think about solving the problem.
Like a blueprint.
Exactly. A tip is use this editing feature. A framework is here are the 3 essential phases for launching a successful new product, and here's why most people mess up phase 2 and fail. See, the framework shows you understand the whole mat, not just one little street sign. That builds authority.
That distinction feels incredibly important. Value might get you a bookmark, maybe a follow, but positioning as the solution, showing the framework, that gets the sale.
That's the idea.
But then this leads to the next, sometimes uncomfortable step, actually selling.
Yeah.
If your position is the go-to, you have to. We'll talk about what you actually do.
Precisely. And so many people struggle with this. If you never clearly, explicitly talk about what you sell, guess what? No one's going to buy it.
Seems obvious, but...
But people feel weird about it. They think if they just give enough free value, sales will just magically happen. They won't. Authority doesn't come from just endless free tips. It comes from solving real, painful problems for specific people.
And being clear about it.
And consistently talking about the mechanism you use to solve those problems, which is your product, your service, your offer. That inability or unwillingness to sell, that's what keeps so many people stuck on that value-giving hamster wheel. You have to talk about the transformation you offer.
Getting off the hamster wheel, that's the goal.
Okay,
Let's shift gears slightly. Let's talk about the psychology, the lure of the quick win. Myth 4. Go viral and you'll be set.
Ah, the dream.
We all see those stories, right? Someone hits the jackpot overnight. It's so tempting to chase that, to build everything around maybe, just maybe, hitting in that viral lottery.
It is the ultimate dopamine hit online, for sure. But the material calls it a sugar rush. Feels amazing for a second, but fades fast. Virality is just reach. Massive reach, maybe? But it's not a strategy. You could have 1 million views on some funny cat video you posted. But if 99.9% of those viewers aren't your target audience, or they have no idea you actually solve a specific business problem, that fleeting reach builds nothing sustainable. You might gain 1 million followers who like cat videos, but you gain 0 actual clients.
So the danger isn't going viral itself. It's going viral with something random, something disconnected from your actual business. It needs strategy behind it.
Exactly. If the content isn't relevant to your core offer, your core message, it's just digital fireworks. Pretty, but gone in a flash. The goal shifts. It's not about momentary reach, it's about depth.
Depth, not just reach.
Right. The goal isn't just to be seen for a second, it's to become unforgettable to the right people. That takes depth, strategic messaging, consistency, all aimed at those perfect 100 followers, not the random millions. A virality without a clear positioning and sales strategy, it's pretty much meaningless, like throwing a massive party but forgetting to tell anyone why they should care about the host.
That party analogy works.
Yeah.
Okay, that leads perfectly into myth 5. This one stops so many talented people before they even start. It's the intimidation factor, the belief that you have to be an expert first.
Oh, this one is so paralyzing. And it comes from comparing yourself to others, that imposter syndrome kicking in hard.
Totally.
The simple truth is, no one starts out as a top expert. No one. And you absolutely do not need anyone's permission to start sharing what you know, sharing your journey. If you wait until you feel like you know everything, have 10 years of experience, multiple degrees, you'll literally wait forever. And here's the key insight, the counterintuitive bit. Audiences often prefer someone they can actually relate to, not some diffident, flawless guru on a pedestal.
Relatability over perfection.
Think about it. People often follow and trust those who are just maybe a few steps ahead of them on the path. They want to see the process, the journey, even the mistakes. The lessons learned in real time are super valuable.
Okay, now that is really interesting because it flips the script. It means documenting your learning process, the struggles, the aha moments.
Yeah.
That's actually more valuable than just presenting the perfect polished end result.
Absolutely, 100%. The value of documenting your journey, sharing lessons as you learn them, building in public, it's huge. Your experience is valuable right now, even if you're only on step 3 of a 10-step process. You're showing competence, I figured this out, but also relatability. It was tough. Here's what I learned. Even the biggest experts you admire, trust me, they are still learning new things every single day. The absolute key is just starting. Start before you feel 100% ready. Use the journey as the content.
That is the permission slip everyone needs to hear, seriously. Okay, finally, let's tackle what the research calls maybe the most uncomfortable truth of all. The ultimate ego check. Myth 6. Your content should be about you.
Oof. Yeah, this one requires a massive mental shift for a lot of creators. The finding is, well, it's blunt. No one cares about you.
Wow.
Well, hang on. At least not until they know you can solve their problem. That's the full context. If your content is always focused on your achievements, your life updates, what you find interesting, but it never connects back to the audience's specific wants, needs, pains, struggles, you're missing the entire point.
So the self-focus totally kills the connection because the audience is always, consciously or not, tuned into that radio station, WIYFM.
What's in it for me? Always.
What's in it for me? So what's the strategic model then? How do we flip that? Can you give us a really quick, concrete example, like a hero post versus a guide post? Because that sounds like the key here.
Yeah, great way to frame it. The strategic pivot is exactly that. Position yourself as the guide, never the hero. The hero is the character on the journey, facing the challenges. The guide is the wise character, like Yoda or Gandalf, who gives the hero the map, the tools, the crucial insights.
Got it. So the audience is the hero.
Yes. You make the audience the hero of their own story. So a hero post might sound like, wow, I spent 3 tough years perfecting this amazing new framework, and look at my incredible 6-figure results. It's all about me.
Right.
A guide post sounds like, are you struggling with X, Y, and Z? Feeling stuck? Here's the 3-step map I give my clients to bypass those exact struggles and get you those kinds of results, often in just 3 months, not 3 years.
Ah, see the difference immediately.
It centers the audience's potential success. It makes the brand instantly relevant, relatable, because it speaks directly to their problems and their desired transformation. You put them in the starring role. You're the essential mentor figure.
That's the essence of high-impact positioning right there. What a brilliant way to tie all 6 of these myths together. So looking across all of them, the big strategic shift we have to make is clear, isn't it? We've got to move away from focusing inward on those vanity metrics, post volume, follower counts, our own story, and pivot completely outward. Focus on clear positioning, building real influence with the right people, and making everything, absolutely everything, about solving the audience's pain.
And when you make that fundamental pivot, the results change dramatically. You stop just feeding the algorithm, endlessly churning out content.
Hoping something sticks.
Exactly. And you start building a brand that actually works for your business. It starts attracting the right leads, driving sales you can count on, generating real opportunities, instead of just spinning your wheels, hoping for that lucky viral hit.
This deep dive really gives you the truth serum, doesn't it? It shows you how the game is actually played now. hopefully saving you from months or years stuck using that outdated advice.
Yeah, hopefully bypassing a lot of frustration.
So let's connect this to the big picture as we wrap up.
Hmm.
We've basically debunked the idea that success comes from volume or virality. The real metrics, the sources argue, are about trust and your ability to actually solve problems.
That's the core of it.
Which brings us to a final thought, something for you to really chew on after this. If those old vanity metrics are out, what specific non-vanity metric should you start tracking? Something directly related to trust or problem solving.
Yeah.
Maybe stop obsessing about total follower growth and instead start measuring something different, like maybe how often people in your target audience actually send you DMs saying, hey, because of that framework you shared, I managed to do X. Or track the percentage of people clicking through to your actual solution, your offer page, after they engage with that guide-style content.
Right. Track the quality of the engagement, track the problem-solving effectiveness. Are people signaling that you're actually helping them move forward? That is the true measure of your personal brand's genuine impact. Definitely something to mull over until next time.